Your Excellency, I have the honor to present to you my letter of credence signed by Senator the Honorable Kamina Johnson-Smith, Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade of Jamaica, appointing me as the Ambassador of Jamaica to the Caribbean community.
Ambassador Miller, it is my greatest pleasure to receive your letters of credence. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, Ambassador Erwin LaRocque, Secretary General of the Caribbean Community. Fellow CARICOM ambassadors, Ambassador Colin Grandison, Assistant Secretary General, Foreign and Community Relations. Ambassador David Prendergast, Senior Director of the Foreign Trade Department, Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade of Jamaica. Mrs. Marsha Kaur-Laban, Director of the Caribbean and Americas Department, also of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade. Mrs. Charmaine Atkinson-Jordan, Chef de Cabinet, who I greet most warmly today because of her special day. Other distinguished representatives from the ministry and from the CARICOM Secretariat, ladies and gentlemen all, a pleasant good afternoon. I greet you warmly and also convey greetings and best wishes on behalf of the government and people of Jamaica. Jamaica has been a proud and active founding member of CARICOM since our signature of the treaty establishing the Caribbean Community and Common Market on 4th July 1973. We have remained committed over the decades to the strengthening and deepening of regional integration as outlined in the 2001 revised treaty, which established the CARICOM single market and economy. I am therefore greatly honored to have presented my letters of credence this afternoon, reaffirming by my appointment as Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary, Jamaica's long-standing commitment to the Caribbean community. I am truly humbled to join the ranks of fine representatives who comprise the core of the CARICOM ambassadors and to be part of this dedicated group, which has as its role and purpose the advancement of regional integration. Excellency, the past 15 months or so have demonstrated in real and certain terms the myriad of challenges facing the Caribbean community. COVID-19 pandemic has tested us and placed health and education systems, as well as economic, social, and other frameworks under severe strain. Yet, even in a time of crisis, compounded by the impacts of climate change, flooding, volcanic eruption, and other natural disasters, rapid economic downturns, de-risking, blacklisting, increasing levels of debt and social dislocation, as well as more constrained access to concessional financing, the CARICOM region has been able to respond in a collaborative and coordinated manner. Although at times we can be our own worst critics, an objective assessment demonstrates that responses by CARICOM governments and institutions in the face of these ongoing challenges have reinforced the importance and validity of regional integration. It was through consultation and working together that we could meet immediate needs, such as securing personal protective equipment, arrange for the delivery of needed supplies and technical assistance, and effectively collaborate with multilateral and international partners. We need to continue to build on this spirit of coordination so as to take full and effective advantage of the opportunities provided by a crisis response underpinned by the lessons learned from the experience of the COVID-19 pandemic. We also need to actively ensure the implementation of those decisions that would add to the resilience of the community. In this respect, I'm reminded of the words of the Most Honorable Andrew Michael Holness, Prime Minister of Jamaica, who has stated, and I quote, "We owe it to the people of the region to deliver on commitments made to an effective process of regional integration that will improve the quality of their lives." This quotation, Mr. Secretary General, is an ever pertinent reminder of our purpose and work within the community, namely to work on behalf of the people of CARICOM. In addition, we should remain cognizant that perhaps among the best approaches to dealing with regional challenges is that of preparation, as well as the strengthening of the mechanisms and arrangements that would deepen integration. This could also allow for more efficient and effective responses and improve confidence in governance. In this respect, the full implementation of decisions related to free movement, as well as the expansion of trade and investment and the facilitation of an environment conducive to the participation of the private sector and other actors, remain critical to the effective operation of the CARICOM single market and economy. These would be in addition to relevant reforms, and in this respect, Jamaica is pleased that progress is being made in relation to the evaluation of community institutions. The promotion of foreign policy coordination and the interface with third countries, particularly in efforts to obtain increased access to COVID-19 vaccines, as well as active functional cooperation and concerted attention to security, are equally of high importance. Jamaica also appreciates the work such as that undertaken by the Commission on the Economy, as well as on reparations, food security, the environment, climate change, culture, and attention to the digital economy, as these are additional planks in the quest toward recovery and development within the community. Our building of resilience would also be complemented through an approach to decision-making that supports the relevance of the community in taking timely and decisive actions. In addition, we also need continued collective efforts to engage and empower the citizens of the community, including young people, with attention to women and girls and unattached youths. Members of our diaspora who represent the Caribbean spirit and presence in their host countries are also worthy of mention. Excellency, while member states provide the political direction and requisite will in support of regional integration, efforts towards that end would be devoid of meaning without the expert technical advice and guidance provided by the staff of the CARICOM Secretariat. Jamaica continues to appreciate the dedication and untiring efforts made by the Secretariat staff in support of member states and the objectives of the community. Please allow me, Ambassador Larocque, to also pay tribute to you for your own leadership and guidance as Secretary General of the Caribbean Community. Indeed, your personal passion and commitment towards regional integration have been well demonstrated over many years, including through your national representation around the tables of COTED on behalf of Dominica, as a regional civil servant, and now as the Chief Executive Officer of the community. No doubt, the forthcoming meeting of the conference will record the appropriate accolades in recognition of your service to the region. I therefore take this opportunity to wish you all the very best in your future endeavors. In closing, Jamaica reaffirms its commitment to actively working towards building a stronger and more resilient Caribbean community. The times have made it imperative that we do so, as history has shown that it is only in seeking our own path and charting our own destiny that we will accomplish what we want as a region. To this end, the following words of the Pan-Africanist and first national hero of Jamaica, the Right Excellent Marcus Messiah Garvey, who recognized the value of working together for the greater good, are of note, and I quote, "I trust that you will so live today as to realize that you are masters of your own destiny, masters of your fate. If there's anything you want in this world, it is for you to strike out with confidence and faith in self and reach for it." End of quotation. These words remain appropriate for our tasks of today. Let us then, with confidence and faith, continue to take the bold and decisive steps to strengthen our community so as to make it more effective and relevant for all. As we have directly begun the celebration of CARICOM this year, may I use the opportunity to extend best wishes in advance for a happy CARICOM Day 2021. Mr. Secretary General, I thank you.
Your Excellency, Janice Miller, Plenipotentiary Representative of Jamaica to the Caribbean Community, Ambassador David Pendergrass, Senior Director for Foreign Trade Department, Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade of Jamaica, Ms. Marsha Korn-Loban, Director for the Caribbean and Americas Department, Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade of Jamaica, members of the CARICOM Committee of Ambassadors. I do recognize my friend Ambassador Sylvester, but others. Ambassador Colin Grandison, Assistant Secretary General, Foreign and Community Relations. And since you did mention the happy birthday girl, my chef de cabinet, Mr. Sharon Atkinson Jordan. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you as you present your credentials, accrediting you as plenipotentiary representative of Jamaica to the Caribbean community. Your perspectives on the issues confronting the region will be of benefit to our integration movement, given your extensive experience in diplomacy and international affairs. This has been demonstrated already by your contributions in meetings of the organs and bodies of the community. Also, as a member of the Project Steering Committee for the review of the regional institutions, you are participating in a key element of the reform process of our community. Excellency, CARICOM has greatly benefited from the commitment of the government and people of Jamaica. Your country, an original signatory to the Treaty of Chaguaramas, has contributed significantly to the integration movement. Jamaica has always been ready and willing to render assistance to its fellow CARICOM countries in times of disaster, as most recently demonstrated during the volcano crisis in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Your country also continues to play a leadership role in advancing the interests of our community, including in the international arena. Prime Minister, the Most Honorable Andrew Holness, is lead head of government for external negotiations in the Quasi-Cabinet and chairman of the Prime Ministerial Subcommittee on External Negotiations. That subcommittee has a role to play in advancing work on the built-in agenda and the trade agreements which our community has with third countries, as well as oversight of the conduct of negotiations at the level of the World Trade Organization. Prime Minister Holness has also co-hosted global sessions with the Canadian Prime Minister and the United Nations Secretary General on the issue of financing resilience building, sustainable development, and assisting developing countries to respond to and recover from the COVID-19 pandemic. Ambassador, you assume your new responsibilities in the midst of one of the most challenging periods that the community has faced. This has been brought about by the multifaceted threat of the pandemic. Jamaica, like other member states, has grappled with waves of the virus. Thankfully, your vital tourism industry is becoming vibrant again. Today, you become a member of the CARICOM Committee of Ambassadors. This committee has as its principal focus the advancement of the integration process. The committee also provides support and advice to me in the restructuring of the CARICOM Secretariat and the wider community construct. It provides strategic advice and recommendations to the Community Council towards achieving that goal. As a member of the committee, you'll be expected to assist in advancing implementation at the national level of decisions of the organs of the community. You and your colleagues have a key role in providing the necessary link between the regional and the national. The committee is currently playing an active role in driving the implementation of the CSME. A significant part of your mandate is to engage and interact with your citizens to highlight and promote the objectives, work, and benefits of the community. This would help to strengthen the CARICOM identity and spirit of community. The committee will no doubt benefit from your vast experience as you bring new insight to our efforts to further advance our integration process. Excellency, there is much to do on our path towards economic recovery and sustainable development. This path is a long and most challenging one for small, vulnerable countries like ours. It is imperative, therefore, that we combine all our skills, assets, and resources to build a viable and prosperous community. I and my staff, some of whom are your former colleagues, as well as your fellow CARICOM ambassadors, stand ready to work with you to achieve our community's goals. I congratulate you, Ambassador Miller, on your accreditation as plenipotentiary representative of Jamaica to the Caribbean community, and I wish you every success in the execution of your new responsibilities. I thank you.